Hi everyone, it's Beth with Live Good, Live Well. What are you frustrated with? Are you frustrated in your relationships, in your body, in your mind, in your career, in your family situation, where you actually live? Chances are we're all frustrated with something. It could be a combination of those things, or it could be none of those things. All of those things could be going extremely well for you, and you're just looking for something else, a hobby, a new passion, a change of career, because you feel like everything is going well for you now, and you're looking for that next step. We've all been there. So, to help with all of that, I'm putting out a series of courses over the next few weeks and months. I put the first one out yesterday. It's going to be to help people stop their soda habit. A lot of people have addictions to Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Diet Coke, Coca-Cola, 7-Up, whatever it is. But soft drinks in particular is what we're focusing on here. We all have been there because sodas are everywhere. Coca-Cola is the most recognizable brand in the world probably in every country. And that's by design. If we go to a barbecue in the summer, there's most likely canned sodas there. If we're going to the movie theater to see a movie, what do we want? A soft drink and popcorn, because it goes together, because that's what we've been taught goes with movies. And it's not just a 12-ounce can, it's like a 32-ounce cup. And that's a lot. That's a lot of sugar, that's a lot of chemicals. That's a lot for our body to process that we don't normally consume, or that we need to consume. So that'll be a 4-week course, and it is guided by me. I've been through this myself. I've helped my partner with it. We have some success. I have a lot of success, as this happened for me 12, 14 years ago. Something like that, I guess about 14 years ago. And before that, I was a daily soda drinker. And then one night, I drank some Mountain Dew, and I woke up the next morning thinking I'd been feeling like I'd been just kicked in the back, because my body hurt so much from all the chemicals in there that it didn't know how to process. And that's scary if you think about it in a health sort of way, or any way. It's scary. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. I knew that it wasn't good, and I needed to do something different. Right around that time, a coworker and I went on a 6-month challenge to drink no soft drinks, because we both drank a lot of Dr. Pepper and sweet tea, because of all the sugar. And we lasted about 6 months because neither one of us wanted to lose. And that helped me break the habit. And now if I have either of those things, it's a choice. My justification for the Mountain Dew was I just want to drink something, because I don't drink alcohol. I never have. I've never done drugs. I've never smoked. I didn't do anything bad, okay? And that's my partner Tosca's reasoning as well. She doesn't do anything bad, so why can't she just have Diet Coke? But it's just as bad as anything else. I mean, it's a poison by most measurements. Just because it's legal and marketed to us and inexpensive doesn't make it good. And so this is something that I am very passionate about, that I want to help others break the habit of as well. And in the 4-week time together, I will provide accountability, education, persistence, check-ins, guidance, support, encouragement, humor, a little bit of butt kicking if we need, not physically so, of course. And then we'll continue after the 4 weeks if that's what it takes. But this is something that's very near and dear to my heart. Let's use Diet Coke for an example. Diet Coke is marketed with 0 sugar and 0 calories, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't hang on to our bodies, because our bodies don't know how to process that. They don't know how to process these foreign chemicals that are, not vitamins, not minerals, not things that we need. It doesn't know what to do with them, so our bodies just hang on to them. And Tosca's mentioned herself, when she was lifting weights for a few hours each day, powerlifting, she would still have these few extra pounds that she just couldn't get rid of. And then she had 9 cavities last year. And so her dentist asked, "What are you drinking?" And she said, "Well, Diet Coke." And then she would describe her day. And at the end of the day, she might have 6 or 7 20-ounce bottles of Coke, of Diet Coke. And imagine if we drank that much water, even if it's just plain unfiltered tap water. Goodness, that would be amazing for us. If we're going to tap water, charcoal filters are the best, in my opinion, because there's no plastic, there's no anything, it's just straight charcoal. You can buy it online. It's called Benshi Charcoal, I think. I'll put a link on my website. But it's amazing. You just put it in a glass container, not plastic, either glass or ceramic, because it doesn't leach any chemicals into the water. And we keep one in the fridge, and we keep one on the countertop because I prefer it room temperature. And that's how we drink water. It's great. The dogs get filtered water as well. So back to sodas. So let's say that your job provides sodas for you, or that they're at little or no cost. What's the actual cost of it at the end of a year for you? How much weight are you holding on to? How do you feel? What are you feeling? How are you missing out on other parts of your life because you feel bad from drinking all of this soda? And you may not know about it right now. It may be on the other side of that habit. So that's what we want to get to, is what is your potential on the other side of this particular habit. If you drink water or tea or coffee or juice, or kombucha, because some people like for me, I like the burn with some foods. If I'm having pizza, chips and salsa, things like that, sometimes I just want a soda, and so I have one every now and then, but definitely not all the time, probably not even once a month, and I'm much happier and healthier for it. So that's the soda kicking challenge, okay? Maybe we'll call it a 4-week challenge. Might be a better name for it. Dating and relationships. Tosca and I talk a lot about what we appreciate about our relationship. And I'll have her do some videos with us about this, because our relationship, by comparison to previous ones we've both been in, it's amazing. And I don't say that to brag, but it's just, I can't imagine, any other way now. Please and thank you, and using a nice tone, and being aware of how you communicate with the other person and how it affects them goes so far. Basic things like, "Hi, could you please help me with this? Are you busy? Could you help me? Could you do this for me? I'm hungry. Can you make me some oatmeal, please?" Like, just the most basic things. They matter so much. Opening the door. She loves that I open the door for her, and to me that's just courtesy and consideration and respect. I drive most of the places because she doesn't enjoy driving and I do, and it just works out that way, and so that's what we do. I drive everywhere, and just little things like that help us just get through days, without any argument or unnecessary tension or fighting or discomfort or anything like that. So we have room and energy to pay attention to the bigger things, like how to parent together, and what do we want to do with our businesses. Do we want to do videos together? Do we want to do Facebook Lives? Do we want to share this with the world? What do we want to be when we grow up? Where do we want to live in 10 or 15 years once Trevor is out to school? Where do we want to travel first once he graduates and we're empty nesters? Things like that, instead of you left the toilet seat down or up, or you didn't change out the toilet paper roll, or I don't know what couples fight about anymore, because I've kind of released all of that, and it feels good. So with the dating and relationships, I would specifically like to help people from wherever you are. If you're single, divorced, married, in a relationship, never want to be in a relationship again. I want to help you from where you are get to where you want to be. So let's say you're single and you want to start dating and you haven't done this in a long time, or you've been doing it for a while but it's not working for you. You're not finding compatible people that you really jive with, or you're not finding people that really mesh with you. Or let's say you're married and you don't want to be married anymore, or you do want to be married but you feel like there's something missing. There's this component of communication or passion or connection or just simple time together is missing, and you want that. And so I would love to help you there, very practically and pragmatically. Let's say you're freshly divorced and you've been married for 20 years and online dating didn't exist when you were dating before you were married, and now you don't know what to do, because that's how you really meet people, especially if you're a busy professional and you don't go to bars or interact with people otherwise on a personal level. I would love to help you with that. I would love to help you set up a strategy for yourself and a plan and figure out who it is that you want to date, who it is that you don't want to date, which is just as important, and where to find those people and where to not find those people. If you want somebody that's really domestic and fun and goal-oriented, chances are you're not going to meet them at a late-night bar. You might, sure, but you want to meet them doing things that you want to be doing. So if you have a dog, go to the dog park all the time. It's one of the best places to meet people I've read about. Whole Foods, cooking classes, whatever your hobbies are, get into that and explore that. Book club if you're a reader. Local library is a great place, Barnes & Noble, etc. But online, you just have a larger pool of options, we'll call it. If you're in a relationship, go back to that. If you're dating, if you're not married, and you're in a relationship and you're not sure where it's going, you think there might be something there, but you're not sure, we can work through that. I would love to help you work through that. A lot of people come to an impasse where one will give the other an ultimatum. If you don't propose to me by this date, then we're done. Well, who's to say that that's the right timeline for you both? You both have to be on the same page. If you're in a relationship and you're happily in a relationship and you want to move to the next level, whether that's moving in together or getting married or having a child, I would love to work through that with you. I've done that. We're not married yet, but I've moved in with Tosca and Trevor, and that was an adjustment for everybody, naturally so. Learning to live with not only another person, but another person and a kid with 3 dogs collectively, so we're like the Brady Bunch. There are considerations that need to be done. We do laundry differently, we do dishes differently, so we had to blend chores and schedules and routines and things like that, and figure out what was working, what could be changed, and then what needed to stay, and maybe what needed to be done new. So all of that comes into definite consideration when moving to a next level. Moving in together, I've lived with a few partners, and some were easy, some were not. There's a lot to be learned either way. There's a lot of signs and flags that could possibly save your relationship or save yourself. Relationships with other people. I love other people. I love making new friends. I love relationships with family, with coworkers. I love getting to know people. If you struggle with that alone, just relating to people, I would love to help you with that. So that might be a slightly different course or program, but it could still fall into dating and relationships. But for this purpose, it's primarily romantic relationships. 2019 will have a series of 12, so 1 per month, courses. You can take them all together. You can sign up for the whole year, or you can take one at a time. They're going to be themed out. I've been developing them for a few weeks now. Each month we'll have a theme. It'll be individualized per person, but the theme will be the same. So it might be organization and clearing out for January. That might be your physical space. It might be your mental space. It might be your social circle. It might be cleaning out your car. It might be organizing your finances and getting rid of a bunch of subscriptions that you don't use. Whatever it is, it might be a combination of all those things. Whatever it is, it's going to be under that same umbrella for the month. The next month might be focusing on yourself, on self-care, on self-love, on gratitude, on just loving yourself. We might do things like look at yourself in the mirror and say your name. Say, Beth, I love you. That's super awkward. And most people have never done that and won't do that. And that's okay too, but we're going to work on it. Another month could be something like developing a hobby. How many of you have hobbies? Do you have a hobby? What is it? Is it reading? Is it watching TV? Is it woodworking? Is it sports? Is it watching sports, playing sports? Is it cleaning? I love to clean. Is it astrology? You can see my astrology calendar back here. I love to learn about it and integrate it into life. Is it listening to podcasts? Is it making podcasts? I recently started one. It's pretty cool. It's fun. Hobbies are endless. It could be anything. Tosca's been crocheting lately. She's crocheting, she just finished a blanket and she's making a couple of scarves for Christmas gifts. It could be anything. But I think that developing hobbies are part of developing ourselves and part of developing passions. If we're not passionate about anything, then there's a lot of things missing there. I used to be pretty blasé about everything because I didn't want to be controversial. I didn't want to appear too soft, or I'm not sure what the right word is, but I wanted to remain flexible and open, I think, and passive. I don't know. I'm struggling to find the words here, but anyway, now I'm quite passionate about a lot of different things, and it relates to people, and so it gives me something to stand on for myself. I know myself a lot better because of these things. The others are sort of along those lines, working on ourselves, working on our relationships, communication, independence, cleanliness, organization. Next year is the month of the year. The number for the year is 3, numerologically. If you had 2 plus 1 plus 9, well, plus 0, it reduces down to 3, which is the year of love and Trinity and things like that. So it's going to be a really good year. If you follow astrology at all, Jupiter's in Sagittarius now, which means that it's going to be a really good year. So good things will happen, and we're going to use that for sure. So I haven't finalized the details on that yet, on the cost of the course, either for the entire 12-month chunk or the single months along the way. There will be a discount for the 2019 course if you do it all at once. And then each month will be priced individually. It'll be very affordable, and you'll definitely get a lot of bang for your buck. This is a learning process for me, as it is with everybody, so I don't discount that at all. Along those will be guided videos. We'll have weekly video check-ins, daily text messages for accountability for me, or weekly, whatever it is that we set up individually that we need together. Tons of information, resources, articles, videos. Some of them might include watching documentaries. It'll be really, really cool. Another course, it'll probably be a 2 or 4 week course. I'm working on the details on that one as well. It's going to be about food and consumption. So how to cook a meal, for example, how to shop for groceries, how to buy good stuff that's good for you and your family, how to change and eat healthy without losing taste or flavor. I love flavor like you cannot believe. I overspice everything. I don't like traditional health food because it tastes like cardboard. I don't like, I don't like losing out on something. If I'm going to eat something healthy, it's got to taste good and it's got to feel good. And so I've worked out some recipes over the years, very simple things like chicken and vegetables, sauteed vegetables, or stew, or chicken pot pie, like just really simple and healthy and filling things. Bowl of oatmeal. I love good bowl of oatmeal. So I've worked out some recipes for those things that we will share, and I'll provide shopping lists for, cooking recipes for, etc. And if you hate it at the end, then I'll refund your money, like no questions asked. If you love it and you feel like you got a lot out of it, rock on. Because I really think that this is something that a lot of people just don't know. You know, even if we grew up cooking with our grandmother, there's probably a lot of Crisco, sugar, white sugar, just plain table salt, etc. Good food by taste, but how good is it for us? And that's what I want to tweak into, is how to make it good for us as well as extremely, extremely tasty. So those are the courses that I've got in development, and I will publish each out as they come up, ready to share with the world. And I look forward to sharing this with you. All right, cheers.